Shabbat Shalom to everybody present and to our viewers by the way of technology. I want to give all praises to the Most High for another day that He's allowed us to see, another week that He's brought us through, and another time that He's allowed us to gather, to eat, to receive our nourishment through the Word together, to encourage each other while we're on this journey. So, Father, Yah, we just come to you. And we ask you for your mercy. We ask you for your forgiveness of any transgressions of your laws, statutes, and commandments that we have done. We look within ourselves, oh Father, if there be anything in our thoughts, things we meditated on, anything that we've spoken in our deeds, as we, Father, search ourselves, we confess those things to you, get ourselves right before you, that we may be able to receive the nourishment of your word, that it can be a nourishment to our spirit, that we will be able to live according to how you have ordained us to live while we're on this earth, to fulfill your assignment for putting us here on this earth. And we thank you, and we know that if we do all that is written, all shall go well with us. All shall go well with us. All right. We're going to be jumping around just a little bit today, and we're going to talk about I ain't even figured out the title yet, but as we know that all the things that are going on in the world, war, not the wars that they're not telling you the real wars that's going on. They tell you what they want you to know. But all praises to the Most High by His Ruach. He give us wisdom, understanding, and discernment to know, to prepare our people so nothing catches us by surprise. And I say that again, by His Ruach, He gives us things in advance. He don't give us things after the fact. He gives us warnings in advance, and it's for us to line ourselves up and not to get caught up in the spirit of fear, the spirit of worry, everything that's going to be unleashed and is being rolled out in real time as I speak. So we're going to talk about knowing who the Elohim of the Bible, who is His people, who is His real people, because in this time and season where it's war breaking out in everywhere, you're like, well, dang, people say God, is God moving there? God, well, the thing that's going to happen, what's taking place is the Most High is finna to make a definitive. He's going to make a definitive knowing that who His people are in the earth. So that's what I'm telling you. Don't get caught up with all this. Everything you see, it has to take place. It has to take place. I was telling a particular person, I'm opening up a ministry and things of that nature. I said, you make sure you call to do that. Because I said, this is something you don't just do just to be doing. I said, this book is nothing but a book of prophecy. And it prepares us for things that's coming to the earth. It prepares us as people to know who we are and what we should be doing. But like I said, with everything that's being rolled out now, with all the so-called wars and rumors of wars and famines and things of that nature, that these things are supposed to happen. But you're going to know, watch, as things go out and you're going to hear the churches, they're going to make these, we need to pray. We need to pray. You can't pray against prophecy. You can't pray, but the Most High Himself is going to make a definitive knowing who His real people are in the earth today. And all these things that's going on, that's what He's doing now. And so He said, what is our posture? Staying focused, because as a remnant of people, and I was talking with another brother, I said, one thing I understand that right now, as a remnant and chosen people, the ones that choosing, there's a battle with us, with our mind, just to stay locked in. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about, staying locked in. Because it's, the Most High brought this scripture to me in the last day, if it were possible, even the elect, And so now we that been, just been at it, it's a tug not to go to the left now and not to go to the right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all that's being out, but it's not a time, because like I said, we under that deep strain now where I really got to stay focused. I'm gonna give you something that what I do, what I had to do, and what I am doing, because I'm like Paul. I haven't I haven't received it yet. I'm pressing on to get to that mark. You got to shut stuff off, man. Like television, your phone. You got to shut stuff because you got so many things pulling you. And you know what I'm talking about? Watch. Your time with the Most High is being tampered. Your meditation time is not. Why is everything pulling? It's a spiritual thing that's going on. So remember this: the less, when you had less, you were more focused. You ever notice that? When there was no electronic, when there was none of this, none of that. But now, I guess you think about how much time have you put in the Word, meditating and praying. Think about it. How much time have I put encouraging another brother or another sister? Think about it. Where's all this going at? He said in the last day there will be a great what? Falling away, And so that falling away starts subtle. Like we could be bodily present here, but guess what? Your spirit ain't present. Your spirit ain't alert to the word. You see, because so much going on, your spirit could be like, I wonder how much time you go, because we got to go here, we got to go there. Well, it's the Sabbath. If it ain't necessary, what you doing? You see what I'm saying? So, but you see now, but you don't catch it. Hell with the Sabbath. This is what I want. After, going over this over and over and over again, then you say, but then the Most High, He'll allow something to happen, then it brings, and then show you got that focus. So as soon as something happens, I need you, Most High. I need you. I'm over here struggling. But before that, you had all this other stuff, you see? And so, like I say, that's what's going on with us, but it's not a time to lose focus. It's not a time to like I say, to begin to entertain things. You know I shouldn't entertain. You got to wind yourself back in. Like I say, you say, how do I do it? Shut stuff off. Shut stuff off. Learn how to just get in a house with nothing on and get quiet. Go on walks. Begin to bring your mind, because if you don't bring your mind, you have to disciple your mind. You see? You're the disciple of your mind. You have to discipline your mind. If you don't discipline your mind, what's outside you go discipline. And that's why you say, I know I'm supposed to do, but dang, it just seems so tough. It seems so hard. And then you go on from day in and day out to realize I'm not all the way in like I need to be. And when you're not all the way in like you need to be, your joy is attacked. Your peace is attacked. You might entertain things that you never would have entertained before. You see what I'm saying? And so the Most High send even, I call these little commercials. He send these to us. It's not time for us to get that way, because things like on the precipice are really breaking loose. You see all this infrastructure. They building and building everywhere, right? And as I was driving here, the Most High, He just brought that to my attention. He said, you see all this infrastructure that's going up? He said, trust me at my word, son, it's going to be for naught. Because all the infrastructure you see that's going on, it's a sign of saying peace, peace, all is well, right? But He said, remember in the scripture, He said, when they say peace, peace, all is well. See, a lot of times He's not saying they go say it. You see it with their actions, right? Man, building everything now. That look like, man, things are going well. But if you flowing with that worldly spirit, you don't even know what's going on. And then when things hit, you caught off guard. You caught off guard and you're not prepared for it. And so, like I say, many of our people are caught off guard and not prepared for it because they have already fainted in the spirit and are already adapting back to those pagan Christianity ways that causes you to fall. And like I say, now I'm going to say it, I'm going to continue to say it. Christianity has no zeal against issues and trials that come up. People fall and falter all the time. Like I said, when 2020 hit, COVID hit, you see what happened. None of these pastors out here was able to say they were quiet, right? Quiet, but now things are going back where they got conferences, they got everything, but you're not going to talk about all them folks that died. Half of them were your church members. They died. But you're supposed to follow Elohim that gives life and life more abundantly, right? And heals, right? So we just go overlook that and get back to doing, the status quo things that the Most High allowed these things to come, so you begin to question what you in. Why is this happening? Why is that? Pastor, why are you scared? What you fearing? You supposed to be the mouthpiece, the leader, the messenger of the Most High. But like I say, people, stay alert, stay ready, because we're living in times right now where things can break loose at any time. But it shouldn't catch you off guard. Your body. If you pay attention, the Most High speaks in many ways. If you pay attention to your body, why am I feeling this way? Why? Your body is telling you can't. Sometimes it ain't nothing that you need to be medicating. Your body speaks to you. When they're doing things in the earth, like I said, we're one with the Most High, made us one with everything, the earth. So when they mess with the earth, guess what? You start feeling in your body. What's going on? You start feeling, what is this? They messing with the earth. Soon as rain, like I was telling somebody, soon as this little rain come, people get sick. Why people getting sick after the rain? So if you don't pay attention to that, you be like, oh, I just don't. Well, you was good until it rained. Every time it rains, you kind of have a little flare up. You ever notice that? Like I say, he speaks in many ways. He speaks in many ways, and we talked about when Pastor JT was talking about recognizing when he's speaking, and that's going to be one of the most important things as we go forth in this time and season that we live in. You're going to have to recognize what he's saying, and in recognizing what he's saying, you're going to have to be truly delivered from leaning unto your own understanding, because he told you not to do that, right? He said, "My thoughts are not what? Like your what? And my ways are not like." We can't do that. And so you're going to miss him every time, even for your personal direction, for the next step in your personal assignment where he has you at, what he has you to do. Because you have to remember, you're here. I don't care what you have attained, what promotion, what status you pertain. The Most High created you for his assignment and his reason. And the day you stop feeding that, watch. As soon as you were able to be promoted up, you'll fall even faster. Because watch, the Most High, when he elevates you, what keeps you elevated and staying in that position is you giving yourself consistently to the Most High, because he's got me in this place like a Joseph, right? He got me in this place being a messenger, being that wisdom that don't come from this world, right? So now watch, when I speak of what my actions or my abilities, people go, no, that's just not a mere man right there. That's not just a mere woman. He got something working with him. And then it's working and it's helping, watch. And then it calls people to say, hey, man, they want to talk to you. They want to know. Then you watch. When we have them conversations, where we leading them back to? It's the Most High. That's who's working. I can't do this without him. He's the one working within me. And a lot of times that's the struggle with some of us. You got so far away till you think it's you. It ain't you. It's the Most High. And when you connect back with him, guess what? The next door for your peace, your joy, and the sake and the sanity of your mind. I'm going to say the sanity of your mind because we know how to dress the outside of it, but people on the verge of losing their mind just like that. And like I said, we know the truth. You got folks that's outside of truth. They know who we are, but they just watch one little event away from just snapping, losing their mind. And sometimes, like you say, we be right here. I'm about to lose my mind. You got everything that you desire. You got everything, but when you got there, it ain't what you thought it was. And the Most High has to let you know that, watch, I'll allow you to obtain those things to let you know that, watch, it's me that you're looking for. And the places where you've abandoned me at is, watch, it's that place where you're desert, where you're dry, that's where I'm supposed to be at. And he'll allow you to reach things. You'll get there and be like, dang, I thought this was it. This is going to be it. Because I thought that was going to be it. Know what you made that become? He said, watch, have no other what? Gods before me. So you made that a god. You watch. You served it. You studied it. You trained it. Whatever it took for you to get it. You did it, what? Diligently, right? And then once you reached what it asked, you realize it ain't even really worth it, to be honest. I know people see it, but if people could really see me, I ain't that happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Come on. He said, what's is missing? It's the Most High. Because watch, a lot of times we lose these things here to find us, to validate us, who we are, right? And the Most High said, watch, your validation is in me. Where everything you need is in me. It's not something outside of you that's going to validate you. But if you're looking for the praises and applause of man, you will continue to seek those things and you will continue to be desolate and dry on the inside, and your soul will be empty. And you'll be on the verge of people that watch you only draw people that can only see you outwardly. And the people that can see you inwardly, guess what? That spirit that you operate off of, it'll make you shoo away from them. Because you think they're trying to attack you. But they're not here to attack you. They're here to help you and to put you on the most high path because you're dry. Right? You're dry. You're empty. But watch all these applause. Oh my God. Oh wow. That's not going to do it. Because deep down on the inside, I wish somebody could really see me. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm empty. I'm fighting tears right now. I wake up with tears. My eyes filled with tears because I'm needing. And what we need, and like I say, nothing fills you like the Most High's will in His ways. Like I say, you have to shut down everything and begin to. You say, how did I get there? I begin to confess everything. You got to confess stuff in your mind, right? Get it out your heart. What is it? Because if you're not willing to do the work and be real with yourself, guess what? You're going to continue to be desolate and empty. But you have a gift to obtain. Most people don't realize the most wealthy, the most wealthiest people in the world, and the most successful people in the world, they do not even serve the Most High. You know that? They don't even serve a God at all. So that don't mean nothing, right? It don't mean nothing. But they're empty though. When you listen to their deaths, you go and read about it, it's like it ends in a horrible place. Like all the entertainers, all the actors that are without, you ever see that stuff just ends so you see the spotlight of their life, then boom. You say, well, why would they go do that? Why did we go lock themselves up in a room and be snoring? They got thousands and millions of things. Because what? Because they were looking for the Most High through people. But the Most High ain't in the praises of people. He's not even being famous. And so, like I said, if your mind has been in tune to what I said from the start, so the Most High is already speaking, because I told you in the earlier, I said we're gonna know who the Most High's true people are. So it seems like we ain't even going right there right now, right? No, because we just flow with the Spirit. However He say move, that's how we move. You see? So everything I'm saying is relevant, but you have to take it yourself, because guess what? You can't keep leaving these doors. And then watch. Every day it's the same. It's going to be the same thing this week. The same thing this Sabbath. The same thing this first day of the week. Same mindset. And don't realize why you're getting this. The Most High give you this because, like I said, His prophecies are coming to pass in real time. And so if you don't begin to renew your mind and don't conform to this world, you're going to fall and fade away. You're going to fall and fade away. You go fall and fade away. That emptiness, that dryness, that's a sign of falling and fading away. You see what I'm saying? That's a sign of it. And so the very thing that you need, guess what? Now you got to fight your flesh for energy. I got to stay alert to it. I don't even want to stay alert to this. Well, darn, this is what you need. But I'm alert to the things that really have no value to me. You see? Okay. All right, that's the commercial. We're finna go in now. All right. So, Elder, let's go to, and we're going to talk about the stuff that I'm finna go into with these scriptures. Like I said, we're going to begin to do something without any contradiction. Stuff got to make sense. Because like I said, with all these wars and things that are rolling out, there's something that you're not going to hear in the news, you're not going to hear in the churches. I saw some folks, it's our people. They're already talking about pray for Israel. I'm like, man, stop. At this particular time and season, if you don't know, but so we got to go back to the book. And so we go back to the book because they don't know. Some of them know, but they don't want to know. So we go back to the book and we keep just sending it out. It ain't meant for everybody, but for the ones that it's meant for, they get it. So let the book talk without contradiction. You see? All right. We'll make it make sense today, okay? Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 27. So we know a lot of people that like to say things like Yahuwah, Yahweh, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call him, is the God of everybody, right? And so it's not who he's the God of. Like I said, in this time and season where you see these wars and stuff breaking out in the continent of Africa, right? Because that's where it's happening at, not the Middle East, the continent of Africa, where Israel, where our sacred place is not being lived in, it's desolate. They can't live in that. That's everything that's going over there right now. That's not where we were. And I'm going to show you that land is sacred. Nobody can live there until we come back. But anyway, without contradiction, we're going to see, because this is a time where the Most High is clearly going to be making a definitive knowing who his people is. Because you got these folks, watch. They already started. We got to pray for. You've been praying for Israel since I came into the church. And that was back in the early 90s. They've been praying for Israel. We used to send a ton of money there. But something ain't right, because Israel, that place is never in peace. And he tells you what the place, Israel, it's supposed to be in peace, right? Watch this, okay? And so everybody, they love to say, Yahweh is the God of everybody, right? Okay. All right. Let's go, man.
Behold, I am Yahweh, the Elohim of all flesh.
Verse Jeremiah 32:27. Uh-huh.
Is there anything too hard for me?
Okay. So through the prophet Jeremiah, the Most High says he's the Elohim of who?
All flesh.
All flesh. In other words, when he says God, that means he's the ruler. He everything he rules over all flesh. Whether it's Japanese, Chinese, whether it's Caucasian, he's the ruler of all what? Flesh. Okay? So that's what the book say, right? Okay. Okay. And he decrees the fate of all flesh. Like, he decrees what's going to happen to all flesh in his word. So let's keep going, because we got to see who specifically did he say was, who did he specifically say that he was the Elohim of? Because like I said, you said, why are we going over this? Because you're going to need to know this, because he's going to make a definitive knowing in this hour and season who his real people are in the earth today. Okay? All right. Let's go to Exodus 3 and 6. Exodus 3, verse 6. So Jeremiah just told us he's the ruler. God means ruler of all flesh and of all spirits, right? And he decrees the fate of all flesh. Okay, let's see what Exodus 3 and 6 has to say. See if he can give us some specific knowings of what he's saying here. Okay, Exodus 3, verse 6. Exodus 3 and verse 6. All right.
Moreover, he said.
Who said it? Who's talking? Who is the pronoun he? Yahweh, right? He said it. The Most High said this. Look at what the Most High said. Go ahead.
I am the Elohim of thy father.
Uh-huh.
The Elohim of Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
The Elohim of Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
And the Elohim of Jacob.
Okay, stop right there. So he begins to tell you who he's the Elohim of, right? Mm-hmm. So if you didn't think that was important, if he didn't think that was important, he wouldn't have put it in there, right? So he's telling you this. So we need to know this. We can't just like I say, what these churches do today, they don't even, you got to stay with the specifics, right? Because if you don't stay with the specifics, watch, you don't know that, watch, he's talking to a particular people. He is talking to a particular people. And if we don't, like I said, we're going here because guess what? It's not time for us to lose focus on nothing. If anything, we need to lock all the way in. You see what I'm saying? So he's telling you, I'm the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and who? Jacob. So if I'm a devout study of the Bible, why did he say why only them? And who are them? Who are their nationality? Why just them? When you're a devout study, you got to ask questions, right? You can't just begin to insert things. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason why he says everything. Okay? All right, let's keep moving. Let's go to Joel. Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. Joel, chapter 2, and verse 27. He lively, ain't he? Joel, chapter 2, and verse 27. Because we said the Most High deals with specifics, right? Because if you don't know that the Most High, if He's dealing with you, like I say, you gonna get lost. It's easy to get lost if we don't stay to what He says. That's why we teach the Word. The Word is to bring. If you out of focus, let me bring myself back in here so I don't get out of this blessing. I gotta get in the fold, all the way in. Okay, go ahead on.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
In the midst of who?
Israel.
Okay.
And that I am Yahweh, your Elohim, and none else.
Oh, my goodness. What did he just say? What did he just say? Now on Sunday, you ain't gonna hear these preachers preaching that. Even on Saturday, you don't hear him telling you this. Why do you think he's saying that? His people are a special people in the earth. Okay? And he talks about my people shall never be put to shame. You shall know that I am in the what?
In the midst
of who?
Of Israel.
Of who?
Israel.
So these folks today, they're taking this stuff and applying it. They're taking it and applying it to them folks over there right now, right? No, he's in the midst of Israel. We know who his true people are. They coming out. Some of them starting to come out and just say it. The enemies now coming out and telling them this ain't the people. These German, these are not the people. But he says, watch. We know that we're Israel. We know that what? He said, I am in the midst of you. What does it, let's start right there. What does it mean to be in the midst? He's in our midst. He's around us. He's with us, right? So if he's with me, I gotta make sure that I don't do things to remove myself from him, because you see what I'm saying? Because if you don't know that, he said, I'm in your midst. I am in your midst. But watch, if we get so caught up with this world, watch, we begin to entertain things, and Most High say, I don't have nothing to do with that, right? Watch, what I said about that. You know how I feel about that. So watch, if I begin to entertain things that's not like him, guess what he does? He's no longer going to be in my what? My midst. So yeah, we homing in on things because my people are destroyed for a lack of what? Knowledge. And so we don't teach the word like this. Guess what? I'm going to still go from week in and week out. And I'm going to be entertaining things and realize I'm causing the Most High to be removed from me and not even knowing it. Because watch, I ain't nothing being subtracted me. I ain't lost nothing yet. But really, but the thing to it, watch, when you're slowly fading from the Most High, the main thing you don't value is you. The main thing you don't value is you. But the main thing you do value is materialistic stuff. So watch, but you don't realize you losing you. The most important thing you have is you. And so when you begin to do things that's outside of his will, you begin to remove it. You begin to remove yourself out of his midst. You see, and so what kind of things go missing? That watch, I overlook my joy, right? My peace, because he told me they that keep their mind stayed on me, I can keep them in what? Perfect. I ain't got no peace no more. Just me being able to, I'm facing the situation. Me being able to lock in and meditate on the Most High Word and on His voice, I can no longer get answers like I used to. Because once you train your mind that It's Yah, and ain't no other. It ain't nothing else for me. It's Yah, His way only for me. But when I begin to entertain other things, now I go to lock in. I got all kind of junk going on in my head. So I'm no longer able to focus. But guess what? I haven't valued me. I only value external things. I define myself by external things. I haven't lost them, so I'm what? I'm good. But you don't have no joy. You don't have no peace. You don't have no insight. You can fake, we can fake joy, right? We can fake happiness around people, right? But a true brother and true sister, no, nah, my brother, that ain't you. Nah, my sister, it's time to come on back in. Come on. We ain't got time. We can't be doing this. Time is drawing nigh for us. But he's, again, he begins to tell us that he's in the midst of who? Israel. Read that verse again. Because, like I said, we got to hear this.
And ye shall know
Uh-huh.
that I am in the midst of Israel.
Uh-huh.
And that I am Yahweh, your Elohim, and none else.
He said, I ain't nobody else Elohim. Did I say that or did he say it? He said it. None else, right? None else. Israel's Elohim. Because like I said, people love to say he's the God of everybody. No, he ain't. He's not. The word just said it, right? He just said, I'm the Elohim of Israel and who? None else. I didn't write it. Okay, let's go on. Okay. Let's go to Matthew. Matthew 22 and verse 32. Matthew 22, verse 32. Matthew 22, verse 32.
I am the Elohim of Abraham,
Mm-hmm.
and the Elohim of Isaac,
Mm-hmm.
and the Elohim of Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh is not the Elohim of the dead, but of the living.
Okay. Go to Mark chapter 12, verse 27, and we'll work that down. So again, you see him saying the same thing, right? He always, to let you know that it's him speaking, what he said in the old, he says in the new, right? Here a little, there a little, right? Line upon line, what? Precept upon precept. He's saying the same thing over here. Whose Elohim I am. And like I said, if you're a devout studier, you should be asking questions. Why does he say that? Why not the God of everybody? You see? Because he's trying to let you know that what? There's a specific people in the earth that are special to him. And he's going to let the world know in this time and season that we live in, that specific people that belongs in the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he's going to make a definitive knowing that they're his people because he's going to fight for them. He's going to preserve them. He's going to save them. Salvation means deliverance from your enemy. Salvation means deliverance from your enemy. What is your enemy? Systems, education, laws, rules, and regulations that have been made. Okay? All right, I'll go ahead. What I say, Mark what?
12:27.
Okay, yeah.
He is not the Elohim of the dead, but the Elohim of the living.
Mm-hmm.
Ye therefore do greatly err.
Mm-hmm. So he's telling you who he's the Elohim of. He's telling you who he's the Elohim of. Okay? Let's keep moving. It's gonna even get better. Watch this. And this is stuff, like I said, this is a refreshing because, like I said, you need to know this. You need to understand this and make sure you don't do nothing to move yourself out of his midst. You see what I'm saying? Because if he goes to great lengths to tell you, and he continues to say it, who I am the Elohim of. To me, that, like I said, when I'm studying, that's that, when a teacher teaching you, that's going to be on the let me lock that in. There's a reason he's saying who I'm the Elohim of. Because, like I said, you can get caught up in this world. This world will rock you slowly to watch. You begin to be religious, and you forgot that you're the people, that there's a way and a lifestyle that you have to live. There's a way you have to discipline your mindset, right? There's a way that you have to discipline yourself, watch, to be hated, to be persecuted, for people to separate themselves from you. You got to understand that, because that all comes with the what? Territory, as we read, right? All right, let's go to Psalms 147. Psalms 147, verse 19 through 20. Psalm 147. Like for me, when I hear stuff like this, that brings the importance of who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? Because you can lose it. Like I say, you can forget all. You can hear this if you don't hear it. Continue to hear it, and if we don't continue, and I'm gonna say this more because we're people that are selfish. We don't strengthen each other enough. You know what I'm saying? We don't. We do not. But like I said, when you read out through the scriptures, it's all when we in one of like we suppose that's all we did. You see what I'm saying? That's how we make it. You see? That's how we make it. You're not gonna make it solo dolo out here. He gonna link, he link you with like-minded folks, watch, to keep you, encouraged. You keep me encouraged. I keep you encouraged while we on this journey. Nobody's perfect, but guess what? We real enough. If we in error, we real enough to get up out of it, right? To help each other get up out of it. Not condemn, but to help each other get up out of it, because he never tells us to condemn nobody, right? Because the same stuff you see somebody else and you judging them, it's like, guess what? You better be careful, because time has a way, watch, of showing that, watch. You're going to have a weak moment too. And you can fall to the very same thing. All right. Psalm 147, 19 and 20.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgments unto Israel.
Now he's telling you who he showed his word to, right? Did he say everybody? He's talking about a specific people, right? Yeah, watch now.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He has not what?
Have not dealt so with any nation.
Nation mean nationalities of people. European, Japanese, Chinese, whatever you want to call them, right? He said, I ain't dealt with nobody. I ain't showed nobody else what I've shown y'all. You're the only people that I showed this. And so watch. This world that we live in, it is conditioned to watch, to put the true people back to sleep. The world ain't worried about the rest of the people. The world is worried about the real people waking up. So watch, the true war is on us mentally. And I'm speaking from a point today because I know the strong of us, I can feel it myself personally, that we're in a battle just to stay in there, stay locked in. And so my word today comes, man, just to strengthen us. We got to stay in there. I know it's tough. I know we're in a spiritual battle, but how do we make it? We have to strengthen each other. We have to stay in this book. You say, how to do it? Be real with yourself. The thing that's not like y'all going on in your heart and your mind, just confess it. It's easy. But we got to hang on in there, man. We got to hang on in there. But read that again, man. This, like I say, is telling you, if he goes breakneck to be so specific as this, there's a reason for that. Go ahead.
He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation.
He ain't dealt with no other nation, like he ain't showed them this. And we know that his word calls us to live life and life what? More abundantly. He said, I gave it to you. I gave you my law, my statute, what I expect out of you. In other words, watch, for every aspect of life, I've given you instructions how I want you to go about it. Now the key thing is for us, watch, Can I do it consistently on a daily basis? When situations, circumstances come up, can I discipline my mind to do what he says concerning his word in this area? And then, speaking of another, I think I sister on this, I said, and then watch, whatever comes up, he says in Joshua 1 and 8, do not allow this book of the law to what? Depart out of your what? Mouth. So everything that I face, every situation that I face, I'm coming with what the Most High say, because he said, watch, don't let it what? Depart out of your mouth, right? Because when we release what he says, life and death is in the power of the tongue, the Most High watch begins to watch manifest what he says on our behalf, right? You start speaking something else, now watch, you got another God working for you. You see what I'm saying? So for every aspect of the life, the Most High has instructions on how he wants us to go about it. Decisions need to be made. You might be somebody come to you with a problem or an issue. I'm not going to speak my flesh on that. I'm going to speak what y'all say on it. What he said, because what he says we in every time, right? He said, don't let this book of the law depart out of your mouth. And so now we got a lot of folks jumping ship. They ain't saying what he's saying. But you see what? You see how our brothers and sisters, they speak in the word of Yah. All throughout the scripture, he's using he's using our own people to speak his word. So what makes us different? They face the same challenges we face, you see. It's all about locking in. We got to lock in. Many people ain't going to lock in. Many people go fall away. Like we talked about, how many people came out of Egypt? 600,000, right? 600,000 came out. How many of them crossed over into the promised land? Two. Many are called, but few are chosen. Most can't handle this. Most what? Most are already getting that seasonal spirit back to celebrate these holidays. They already feeling it. They want to put on a costume today, Chris. They want to do Halloween right now. They want to do it. They ready to watch. I don't know why you had all year to eat turkey. You had all I don't know why I'm just, now watch. Can we get the kids? You had all year to get them kids some, now all of a sudden. But the Most High said, watch, it ain't about, he said, I'm trying to show you something about you. That's a place you ain't surrendered to me at. But go ahead, continue to let that be Lord in your life. He said, watch, be not conformed to this what? World. Be not conformed. What is of the world and what is the Most High? You got to be the judge of that. Because he tells you in this book. Because he tells you what, this, for me, you coming here on this little time we had together, it's not enough. But he said, you got to study to show yourself approved, right? A workman that what? Needed not to be what? But rightly dividing the word. You got to do that. Just like you study for everything else you want. You see what I'm saying? See all that what? All that spirit of influence. But why the word don't influence you? The word, you see? All this influence is coming now. Why are you doing it? Is that the Most High said? Go ahead, sweet.
I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is confirmation, and I'll be feeling conviction in my spirit. Because I would know the word and do the complete opposite. But one of the things that I want to know is when you say worship Him in spirit and truth, I tend to like to speak the Most High word, but do the opposite like a hypocrite. But I would know the word, but I also know that the people, we're not saved until the end. You have to endure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he say worship him in spirit and truth, if he's saying come to him authentically, even though I know I got Pandora box still open, and sometimes I go to Pandora box and go play with stuff out of it and put it back when, things like get real intense. It's almost like I cry out to God at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make any sense?
Well, he said this is what's going on. He said a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and he or she cannot get nothing from the Most High. When you have not made a definitive choice, it's like you like this. Most High is over here, but you still like this. And so when you like this, he ain't with you. So what he do is he continue to be a messenger because as long as your heart is beating, he's gonna continue to be a messenger because he wants you like this. All the way for him. You gotta choose. You can't have both. One, the reason you like this, one feels good to your flesh. And so at this juncture, you have to be real with yourself. When I do, and I do what I shouldn't do, it feels good, right? But watch, as I go on with it, you always end up a wreck, right? Right? Come on, be honest. I already know from experience, you always end up in a fit. But while you're in it, it feels good. But then watch, you know there's coming reaping from that, right? Then guess what? Now I'm fighting to keep my mind under press. You see? Because he says, no, you got to come all the way to me. Then he says, what? You got to renew your mind. You ain't renewing your mind if you like this. Them, like I say, and those temptations gonna come as long as you live. No one is never exempt from any temptation. I don't care how much you study, how much truth you know, they're always gonna come. But watch, if you're not giving yourself to the word, if you're not around people that watch, I know she about it. I know he about it. I know he gonna tell me what's up. I know he gonna pick up and be like, hey, if you're not around those type of people, you gonna fall every time. But like I said, you know it. Nobody, you gonna make that choice. The Most High, that's the thing about it, he give us free will, right? He let you choose to do whatever you want, but whatever we choose, you know, there's a reaping from it. So if I choose to go out there and do something wrong, I know as the Most High, I need to begin to be ready to reap that judgment. It's like remember the example of David, right? Staying behind and looking at Uriah's wife, Babe, and he sent for her to come and he slept with her, knowing what he was doing, right? And then the Most High watched. The Most High sent the prophet Nathan to him, right? And he was telling about a man that came to town and the king, there was a traveler that came to town, and the king, instead of giving out all his riches to the traveler, he went and took from the poor man stuff and gave it to the traveler. And David was like, who is this man? He shall be put to death. And Nathan the prophet said, you that man. What you done to Uriah, you had, see watch, you had him killed because you had done slept with his wife and impregnated her, and you had him killed. Watch, the axe will never leave your house. So when we choose to do wrong, guess what? Be ready for them judgments. They're coming. They're coming. When we do wrong, it's a like if you put an apple seed in the ground, guess what's going to happen? Apple seed come back up to you, right? So yeah, okay, you can do that. And the Most High going to let you do whatever you want to do. But realize you will reap from that. Do you want to reap that? You see how simple that is? It's all about what you want to reap. It all, because the thing about seeing and going, it feels good. The reason why we sin, it feels good, right? We don't sin because it don't feel good, right? Think about it. And then it's the after effects of it, right? Don't feel good now, right? Now I'm about to lose my mind. You didn't think about that when we sinning, right? That's their reaping part.
I guess what I was trying to say, because sometimes I tend to have like this lazy mentality of wanting to do things when I want to do it. Like when it comes to people judging, when I continue on my path trying to serve y'all, what does he mean when he says serve him in spirit and truth?
What do you mean serve him in spirit and in truth?
Yeah.
Well, his spirit is his word. So if I can't serve him by not doing his word, right? What is truth? He said, thy law is the truth. So if I'm going to serve him, I got to obey him. That's what he's saying. The only way you can serve the Most High is by obeying what he says. You see? And that's been so unclear in the church. People say, in spirit, and they don't realize what his spirit, when you're constantly meditating on his word and putting it in you, it's going to speak to you. Like a situation come up. Say you got something that comes up and you know I done everything that the Most High done told me to do, you know, and it's pretty much out of my hand. Because you meditating and praying, in your spirit, you'll hear, and some of y'all can testify this, you may just hear it because he speaks through your thoughts. The Most High speaks through your thoughts. Don't worry. Everything's going to be all right. You see? But watch. How do I serve him in spirit? Through his word, through meditating on his word, and then applying it. Applying it means obeying him. That's what it means to serve him in spirit and in truth. Obeying what he says. For like I said, for every aspect of life, he has instructions. But he ain't gonna make us do it. That's the thing to it. Because doing what's not of the Most High is more appealing to the natural eye, if we be honest. You see? Okay. Anybody else want to add on to that? Okay. All right. We're going to move on. We got about 10 more minutes. All right. Let's go to Romans. Romans 3 and 4. So again, we talking about, we ain't making so far we see no contradictions, right? He's pretty much being the same, right? Everything's been like, you see, everything's like on the line, because you have to clear up all this stuff. He's the Elohim of everybody, because all these wars and things is breaking out calamities everywhere. You gonna know that there's a people that the Most High is getting ready to redeem. There's a people. And there's the people whose mind he's speaking to and said, everything that's going on out here, I don't need you to worry, but I need you to lock into me, and I need you to be more bold in speaking and being who I told you to be through the word. You see what I'm saying? Okay. All right, Romans 3 and verse 4.
Yahweh forbid. Yea, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written.
As it is what?
Written.
So watch this. People saying stuff that ain't written. He said, let the Most High be true. Only way we know is he true. Show me where it's at in the book. Show me in the book. Like we're clearly pointing out that he is not the Elohim of everybody, right? He said that. And so most people don't like to hear that, because what? They hate to realize that what? There is a scattered people in the four corners of the earth that's been oppressed everywhere. If you travel a lot, you see us everywhere. If you've been outside of the States, you see what's going on over here in Atlanta. You can see the same thing in Jamaica, and you can see the same thing in Brazil. I've been to both countries and seen people look like us. They just speak Patois and Portuguese in Brazil, and they living just like we live, looking just like us. Why is it that? They giving folks free schooling from the Ukraine, bringing them over here, giving them free scholarships. We got kids, we got our own kids. Why don't you give them free scholarships? You see what I'm saying? Watch, I'm gonna show you something else. Do you know there's a rich homeless and a poor homeless? Do you know what? Homeless folks that look black or look down as animals, and homeless people, a lot of folks of other nationalities only see white people as true homeless people. When they see a black person, they look at them as animals. Just watch. Just watch how, they have the videos showing this stuff. So that's a homeless person. So that's an animal, right? And again, like I say, you got, with these holidays coming up, it's finna be grandstanding with feeding them porridge for Christmas and Thanksgiving, Well, what about after that? Why don't you build them an apartment? Let them all go stay there. You're doing it for the Ukrainians. I got a client that I'm talking about them, put them up in a nice little subdivision like ours. We just got over here. But my brothers and sisters, they've been over here laying on the ground, pooping on the sidewalks for how long? And we serving the same Elohim? Something ain't right, is it? Something ain't right. And for some of us that done climb the corporate ladder, like I say, as soon as you hit high enough, you'll see. You'll see it, right? Sooner than later, you will see it. And hopefully you don't get so bougie that you think you're above, because they will show you their hand. And when they show you their hand, that, yeah, it's still the same. Yeah, they're going to show it. But like I said again, I'm going to continue to say this. In this hour, in this season, and this is why much of the strain is on us, because it's our time, folks. It's our time, but it's not our time to lose focus. You fight for your mind, you fight for your joy. I'm talking about those that's hanging on in there for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? It's time. And understand this. And the reason it's so important for you, and I'm going to end it right here today. The reason why it's so important, you realize that you're the stock for your family. You're that stock, that one person that it might like you rejected, but watch, that's you, the one person that they know they looking at. You don't like what he say, but we know that it's real though. We just don't want to do it. They know it. They know it. And you can't lose focus, because if you lose focus, then who your family got now? Who they got? Who they got? And so, like I said, Most High said, let him be true and every man a liar, right? I'm going to do one more verse and I'm done for real. Like I say, y'all already know this going to be a series. So, you know what? I don't even want to jump into that just yet, because that's a whole nother. We're going to start right there, because I don't want to jump into that one just yet. Just know we gonna jump in next time. We gonna talk about a lot of folks, what they say the Gentile nation will be brought in to be loved like one of our own. We go deal with that one too. Go let the book talk. Gotta let it talk, because you gotta know what's going on. See, people, they have their own way of thinking. The Most High said, don't lean unto your own thinking, right? Everything he wants you to know is in here, and we gonna speak on it. Because we go, like I said, it's a book of prophecy. It's coming to pass. And the Most High don't care if you like his prophecy or not. Christianity tries to rewrite the Most High no, it ain't saying that. And so when things start happening, it don't happen the way that they say it. Because first thing he's going to deal with these wicked preachers for misleading folks. He's going to deal with them. And the reason they mislead them, because they want to be liked. They like to see crowds. It ain't about seeing crowds. It's about doing what the Most High say. It ain't about people liking you or receiving what he give you. You got to say what he tells you to say and leave it. That's what it's about. Okay. So, Father, y'all, we thank you for today. We give you praise and honor for who you are. We give you praise for your word. And we thank you again that, Father, if we choose to do all that you have written, we know that all shall go well with us. My brother, I may have some that listen, say, my brother, my sister, how do I start serving the Most High? What do I do? My brother, my sister, you stop living your life according to your own will and according to your own way, and you start living according to the Most High's holy word and what he says for every aspect of life. He has instructions on how he will have us to live. So I'm going to just give you like an example prayer on just starting to get yourself lined up and start to live by the Most High's instructions, his laws, statutes, and commands. And it goes like this. Most High, just come to you on today. And I ask that you may have mercy and forgiveness of me for my transgressions. I thank you for this time that you've allowed me to have your grace, your time period, to get myself lined up with you. And I ask you to forgive me of my transgression of stealing. My brother, he has a car. He takes me to run errands. And when he running his errands, I go in his glove compartment and been stealing his money. But Most High, I'm tired of fronting and putting on like I'm happy. I got joy. I'm empty. I need you. And I went to my brother and I confessed to him how I had been stealing his money when he's running errands, and I returned the money that he stole back, that I stole from him. So now I come to you, Most High, and ask you to forgive me for stealing. And any other thing, oh Most High, that I may have done that's not like you. By your spirit, may you bring it to my mind that I can come and confess it before you and get it right before you. Again, I thank you for this time and opportunity that you have allowed me to live, to get myself lined up with you. And as I start my new journey with living and obeying your word, if I should go astray, I pray that by your Ruach, which is your spirit, that you bring conviction to me. I hear your voice, that I can come before you and ask you for your mercy and ask you for your grace to get back up and begin to live right. And I thank you again for this time period, allowing me to get myself lined up with your word and starting to live for you. And I know that if I do everything that is written in it, all shall go well with me. Okay, so that's just like a little example prayer. And all prayer is basically you talking to the Most High, having a conversation. But the most important part of that conversation is you listen. You listen. Don't ever rush prayer. Amen is not the end of is not the Most High's voice. So when you go to the Most High, you talk to him. You saw me confessing. You know, you confess whatever you know you done. Don't say just forgive me of my sins. You know what you done. So I gave an example. I had been stealing. So I confessed what I stole, and then I gave an example how my sin hurt my brother because I was stealing from him. So I went to him and confessed that I had been stealing, and I paid him his money back. So I'm just giving you an example. So when you do something, you sin and it hurts people, you got to go to them and make that stuff right with them. You just can't just act like nothing ever happened. You see what I'm saying? So when you get through talking to the Most High, get quiet and listen to him. Listen to him speak back to you. Say where he speaks in. He speaks in your mind. He brings thoughts to you, thoughts that are pure and holy. But the only way you can really hear him, you got to be real. You can't have bitterness and jealousy and all this stuff. You got to confess everything that's within you, because a lot of times people, they want to serve the Most High, kind of like I was explaining to you, my sister. They don't want to be all the way in. They want to hold on some stuff, but I want you to do this, but I don't want to let go of that. You got to be ready. When you come to the Most High, it got to be all. I'm coming to you with everything, my whole life, because he's not a partial Elohim, right? He gives you all of him. And so when you come in that manner, like I say, you look within yourself and you confess things. I've been bitter. I've been jealous. In fact, my mama didn't treat me right. My dad didn't treat me right. I'm releasing all that, Most High, because you made me in your image and in your likeness, and that's not you. So anything that's not like you, I'm confessing it. I'm getting it up out of me. And so when you be real with yourself, because you know what you have in your heart. You know if you're a jealous person. You know if you're bitter. You know if you don't love yourself. You know if you're insecure. You got to be real with yourself. And when you're real with yourself, the Most High be real with you. You call them things out because he made you in his likeness and you in his image. So them things like that that's in your mind, you got to release that. And when you release that, well, you'll hear him so clearly. Like I say, he comes to you in your thoughts, doing what's right. Doing what's right. Thoughts of peace. It ain't things like he brings thoughts to you. Hey, you know you hurt them. You need to go back to them. Things like, I need to go apologize to that sister. I need to go, things that you would have never thought of. You see what I'm saying? Making things right. Okay. So to my brothers and my sisters, you taking that time out to start to line up with the Most High. There are two things that I ask you to do. First is to get you a Bible. Once you get your Bible, I want you to make sure you have a notepad, pen, pencil, highlighter available so you can take notes. Before you start studying, you go start in the Old Testament, starting with Genesis. Say this prayer: Most High, grant me with the knowledge and wisdom of that knowledge of what you're saying to me through your word. There's every time that you're studying on, fully understand what you're studying, feel free to reach out to us so we can help you. Secondly, if you're not local, I definitely want you to reach out to us so we can help you find a fellowship in your area that can keep you encouraged while you're on this journey. We're not able to find a fellowship that teaches the Most High's word like it should be taught. We're going to stay connected by the way of technology, which I do from different states and other countries week in and week out. The vision of the Salt and Light is to see mankind become productive in every area of their life so that we, the body of Christ, may have a positive effect on our society through YAHUSHUA the Christ. All right.